I put a little chlorine in my gene pool and I got that. Lynn Lang, are you in the room? Come on up here, Lynn.
This is definitely an answer to prayer. I wanted to roast you for a long time. But I'm going to need a little audience participation, so I don't feel like I'm up here by myself. So repeat after me. Because it is west.
Because it is west.
So when I put my finger up, I need you to repeat that. Okay, so when Laura talked to me about possibly roasting you, I had to wonder whether I really had any West stories. Well, I think anyone that has met you has a West story. At least one. Now, Brad did remove the restraining order so that I could be here tonight. Because apparently, every time you talk to me, he gets in trouble. So, you know how Wes is always so helpful with his advice? Well, once I was in Crystal's office, and I was discussing the fact that my 4th grader didn't so much love school. Didn't really feel that it was necessary to his life. But Wes was helpful, as he always is. He explained to me he had all the education he needed because Wes had read a book and he said Austin didn't need any more education because all he ever needed to know he learned in kindergarten. And why did he need any more education than that? And so why does Wes give out parenting advice? Because. So this is what I figured Wes learned. It's empty.
That's a sad statement about
Well, there was another time that I was doing communion. And I don't know if Wes still sits in section C at the front. Did you move? There you go. This might be why you moved. Because you know that when you get a piece of bread and the person is holding the cup, Wes dropped his bread. Now, the average person would have moved on. But no. That's not Wes. He's digging in the cup for his bread. I can't say anything because now I'm starting to laugh. And so the cup is shaking. And the line is starting to back up. But Wes doesn't stop. He just keeps digging. Excuse me? Is he the only person that would stick his fingers in the cup? And why does he do that?
Because he's West.
So, I have a little something for you that maybe Pastor Leonard can pray over so that you can BYOB, bring your own bread in case you drop anything. You can put this in your pocket. I could not hardly hold it together the rest of the communion. I didn't even know what to say to people. One would think you would know not to go fishing for your bread.
My pastor had it way too much fun. Don't you tell me about that.
So my cohort in crime, and I did try to get Wes back on time, which never ever works, you know. So when Tom Campbell had his 400th show, we decided we were going to fork Tom's yard. It's free aerating with plastic forks. You will also get arrested in Tom's neighborhood because 100 people will ask you what you're doing. But, so at the end of all that, we put up a sign, Happy 400th Show, Love Wes. And left it on Tom's thing, but we only got Wes back for like 2 minutes. And my son did rat me out on that. He goes, Mr. Wes, it wasn't you, it was my mom and Miss Elder. Well, I hadn't seen Wes in a while until last year when Austin went to ASP. Good old Wes comes out there to chat with Austin because he is exactly the person I want influencing my teenage son. So he starts to talk to Austin about colleges. And he says, don't you want to go to Duke? I mentioned something about the Costa Duke. And he goes, no, Austin, what you need to do is tell your parents you're going to Duke and then go to State and ask for the cash difference. And why does he do that? Mm-hmm.
But Austin's trying to get in the state now.
But my final story happened very recently. I had a little incident and I ended up in the hospital. Well, Pam took me, and as we were sitting in the hospital room, she says to me, can I put you on the prayer list? I said, absolutely. So about 10 minutes later, her cell phone rings. And she's talking to whoever it is on the phone, and she's like, yeah, she's doing okay, and telling him what's going on. And she goes, well, she's right here. And she hands me the phone, and it's Wes Coble. He goes, I heard you had something going on with your heart, but that can't be so because you don't have a heart. and he says, but let's get to the important stuff. Am I in the will? And I said, as a matter of fact, you are. You get the children. He doesn't miss a beat. He goes, good, good, because after your funeral, Austin's going to need a new car. And he goes, because he needs a new car every year. And I said, well, I want to make sure he gets something really fast. And maybe a convertible. He goes, good, good. You can put more girls in a convertible. I don't know what to say to all that. But what I realized was that Wes Coble is the only person that I know that can call you when you're in the chest pain unit of the hospital, discuss your death and your funeral, and you're not offended. And why is that? There's no words for who you are.
Brad doing all this. Not even in the state.
But you are the kindest, nicest, most generous person And a special night couldn't have been held for a better person.